And first, we're gonna show the reference, character reference of, it's you'll be all right. Your character. Oh my god, I love the sleeping mask.
Oh yeah. I got rid of it at first, and then I was like, her head looks too empty, so I added it back in.
I love it. It's very cute. Perfect.
I'll probably use it to avoid staring at something at times, maybe.
Nice. That's a good
Deny
idea.
its existence.
Oh my goodness. Just pray you don't run into anything if it's chasing you.
I hope so. If I can't see it, it can't see me.
Yeah, exactly. Though you may take a -3 penalty. For sleeping mask, I gotta say, you get bonus points for fashion, but you're definitely gonna take a penalty for it being in your way. Oh man, but I can't lie. The fashion sense is on point. I love it. Oh my gosh. What does Yule's shirt say?
Let me sleep.
Let me sleep. Ah yes, of course. Perfect.
It's a designer shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Designer brand, Ninomae.
First, we're gonna start off with the history of Yule and description. Would you like to read it, or would you like your boy to read it?
Should I rest your voice a little bit?
Sure, that would be a great help.
You'll be talking a lot, so
indeed.
Okay,
I'll take a sip of water.
so you can chug coffee while I'm talking.
Yes, water and coffee will do.
History. A typical grad student. She thought she was going to have a relatively normal experience during her graduate studies, but her hopes were shattered when the professor in charge was a bit on the crazier side. Starting from daily chores and errands to dangerous deliveries and adventures in foreign lands, Yule has experienced quite a lot during her time under the professor. Some would classify Yule as a quote-unquote mad scientist type, but that is just a misconception, as she often has to take credit for her professor's doings. Because her professor is basically just a hermit in the lab doing random stuff, but never takes credit for the explosions and crazy things that happen.
Oh man.
Yeah, and Yule often dreams of the days where she can sleep peacefully without having to worry about what new problems await her the next day. Driving recklessly, and recklessly is crossed out, is a hobby? ?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Yule, I'm worried about you with your sleep issues. Getting behind the wheel.
Believe me. Maybe it's a secret technique that's passed down the generations in her family. It's called this hidden tiger sleeping driving technique.
That's right. You fall asleep and then all of a sudden you're a master driver.
Exactly.
I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know. We'll see what happens in game. But man, I would love to see that happen. Absolutely beautiful. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
That's her kind of, sort of brief history. Yeah.
Very, very good. Thank you for letting me rest my voice. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it. Heck yeah. And last, we're going to pull up these, not the character reference, but the character sheet. Stat sheet, here we go! In case you guys missed out on the character creation sheet, there have probably been some updates, yeah?
No, it's exactly the same.
Oh, nice! Okay, cool. We might make some adjustments before the main game, but for now, we're just gonna roll with this.
Yeah, if you have any corrections you need to make, just get that red pen and just scribble all over it.
You betcha. Correct your homework. Leave it to me.
Sensei.
Yeah, leave it to me. I'll correct your homework.
Yay!
Nice. Okie dokie. So with that being said, I guess this is the sheet that we'll be using today. And actually, we're going to go ahead and make some test rolls with this. Yeah. All right. So once again, I'm going to be doing the rolling this time. We have a different plan in the future for everyone to be able to roll themselves. That will be happening. First, I'm going to need you to add up your wits and composure for a perception check. Okay?
Wits and composure.
Yes. Let me know what that number is.
Let me get my calculator.
Oh, all good. Take your time.
MIT 84.
as any college student would.
It's a 7.
7, okie dokie, that's a 7d10. Whoa, that's pretty good. So let's see what you got in perception. Now, you're going to be doing this roll often. If you want to survey your surroundings, just say perception check. And you'll be allowed
Sensei,
to roll. Yeah?
I need a note.
Okay.
I need to write down notes. Okay, I'm good, Sensei.
All right, excellent. Now, here we go. Let's see how you did. Okay, so you got 1 success. That's not bad. You succeeded, but I'd probably describe just the very basic outline of your surroundings. Let's go ahead and give it another roll. All right, this is very good. A 10, exactly. Sharp eye you have there. And that was a 2, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that gets you a really detailed description of your surroundings.
Oh.
All right, so before we kind of get right into the story, I have a couple questions just to ask you, Ina, the player. First off, I want to know some details. What exactly is Yule studying as a scientist? Is it like biology or like molecular stuff or environmental?
I would say probably closer to chemistry.
I see.
A little bit into biology.
So like a biochemist kind of thing?
I guess so.
A little similar to that. Okay, we can keep it pretty vague. Sounds good. And did you have any specific requests for I guess the professor? Like what they look like or anything like that, or is it up to me?
It's up to you. I think like the professor is kind of like they're really crazy, but they're kind of like in the shadows, you know? Like they never like leave the shadows. They're kind of mysterious, but they still do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
But yeah,
gotcha.
I want their name to be Dr. Upsi.
Dr. Upsi. Dr. Upsi.
Dr. Upsi.
Oh man, that's a nice name.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's my only request.
That's the only request. Gotcha. I also had I had a name for the professor, but I like this a lot better. I like this
what was
better.
the name? It could be their first name, maybe.
No, it's very silly. It's a very silly name.
I mean, you'll be all right. So what?
So I named the professor I'll S. Astonish You. But I like Dr. Upsi better, to be honest. It's okay.
What if Dr. Upsi is kind of like their mad scientist name, and their actual name is
I'll Astonish.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what everyone. But everyone calls him Dr. Upsi.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, like when you get really close to professors and stuff, you know how you're like on first name basis and whatnot. You can just be like, it's gonna be like, oh, your name is too long, so everyone's just gonna call you Dr. Upsi.
Yeah, perfect. Amazing. I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. With that being said, I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Before we actually set the scene, I'd like to know if you could tell me a day in the life of You'll Be Olraight.
Okay, so what time do you think when you will start the day?
Question. Depends on what was happening the night before.
Starts off the day at 4 a.m. in the morning. Probably wakes up from the couch in the lab.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Passed out there from 30 minutes ago.
Working late.
Probably turns on all the lights because it's still probably pretty dark. Checks around, see if there's anything to clean up. See if the doctor or professor did anything stupid overnight. I guess maybe check over some of the research. Maybe if there's like overnight stuff that, has to be checked, probably check over that. Then probably head over to the professor's room, check if there's any paperwork to be done. And then probably around morning time, probably grab something quick to eat and get to classes. And then after that, probably just, if there's some time, probably go, get some groceries, walk around town. Maybe she has to teach some of the students, like as a TA.
Right.
And then probably return to the lab, work on her papers, I guess, until late. And then probably fall asleep, doze off.
Wow. Busy.
Probably that's the life of a grad student, I hope.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good to me. Thank you very much for the detailed description. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and set the scene for you guys if you're all ready to jump right in.
Yes.
Alrighty. As you can see below, we have the scene is actually your school. The name of your university is Justa University for the Scientifically Gifted. It's a quaint and unassuming university on the outskirts of the town of Mythden. Though small in size and attending students, its renown is unquestionable. Nestled on the border of both town and forest, its halls hold boundless scientific secrets, granted only to those learners who dare to push their limits. At least, that's how the place is marketed. But you know better. It's just another college with a decent graduate program, and it's the first place that took you, and it seemed okay. So you were like, all right, cool. This'll do. And it is the final year of your master's degree, actually. You've got a lot on your plate, and even more so, working as the assistant to the school's head of biology, Professor Isle S. Stanshu, aka Dr. Upsi. So a rather bookish and reserved, albeit young and somewhat frail and bespectacled professor with something of an off vibe, a sort of mad scientist type, if you will. And though the professor has detractors, mostly who are there for a piece of paper saying they can quote-unquote do science, the professor also has admirers. Yes. And though perhaps you consider yourself to be neither one of those things, quite frankly, it is a required part of your TA course to assist in anything that Dr. Upsi asks for. So you've seen a lot and gone many places and stayed up late nights to fulfill the professor's silly errands, and yet you still can't figure out for the life of you why so many students are somehow envious of your position. You see, with each project, the professor has become more and more unhinged and obsessive in a way. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the newest, most recent project might just break the record. A project revolving around human regeneration. Yes. This is something that the professor has been very interested in for some time, and you've gone and done quite a few annoying errands to help out, like gathering materials and whatnot to create, well, not necessarily human beings, but get rather close, I guess. It's like that weird sort of like a questioning of, well, it's not really weird, but an interesting questioning of morality in a way that it's like, we can create a human body, but how can you animate it? Kind of thing. So you've seen the professor make some crazy shit, actually. Yeah. Let's see. As for description of the professor, let's see. You know, I thought rather hard about this, and have you ever played the game Mad Father before?
No.
You haven't? There's a character
I watched
like
you play a little bit, but
there's like a chainsaw wielding.
Look up the character if you tell me their name.
If you just look up Mad Father, you'll probably get a picture of the Mad Father. But Mad Dad is kind of crazy. A crazy, bespectacled scientist.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, but I think actually in this scenario, the professor is a very kind of ragged, disheveled, and tired-looking lady. But basically, Mad Father vibes for anyone here who has played Mad Father. Yeah, just really kind of spooky and creepy, but for some reason has many admirers. You can't really figure out why. But whatever. So, we're gonna start off in the story. It is an early morning, and it's almost time for class, actually, and you've nearly overslept. However, the first to wake you up in the morning is not the professor, believe it or not, because she is out doing something else that you can't for the life of you imagine. Could be anything, really. You'll probably take the fall for it, but
Oh dear.
yeah, you're pretty used to it by now. You wake up at 6 a.m. And interestingly enough, as I said, it wasn't the professor that woke you up, but instead, someone that you don't see very often these days, your dorm mate. You have a roommate, actually, who you never see because you don't really stay in the dorm, but she is one of your good friends. Yeah. It's your friend, Nita.
Nita.
Yeah, her full name is Nita Friend. Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory, but you don't really question the weird name. It's pretty normal here. Everyone's got weird names here. Yeah.
Understandable.
But you hear a knock, knock, knock on the door, and you know that it's her because on the days that the professor isn't around to wake you up out of your stupor, it's usually Nita who's come around to give you a coffee, a little Starbucks coffee, to wake you up in the morning. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Yule, are you there?
Yule's not here. Please leave a message after the beep.
Knock, knock, knock. Oh, come on. I brought you coffee. Please. I know you're tired, but you gotta let me in.
Is it a venti?
Yup. Only your favorite.
All right, you can come in.
Thanks. You let in your friend, and Nita has brought you a venti coffee. How do you like your coffee, Yule? This is an important question.
Blacker than my soul.
Somehow I figured you would say that. I figured you would say that. So Nita gives you your coffee, and of course, she has something like one of those fancy frappes or whatever that all the kids are into. The sugary stuff that doesn't necessarily wake you up but tastes real nice, I guess. So she kind of sits down next to you and says, "Were you up all night again? Doing weird, spooky Dr. Oopsie stuff?"
Yeah, define all night.
All night as in maybe you got 1 or 2 hours of sleep? That's not real sleep. That's basically a nap. You know that, right?
Everyone in the world knows that a nap is 8 hours and real sleep is 1 or 2 hours.
Oh, gosh. I had a feeling you would say that. I had a feeling you would say that. I am really worried about you, honestly. You know, the brain suffers a lot of really, really bad stuff. Bad issues and sicknesses, especially in the future, if you don't get proper sleep. It is clinically proven to shorten the lifespan if you don't get proper sleep. And I care about your lifespan. You're my friend, you know?
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
But I probably have to nerf my brain a little bit, otherwise the world will be in danger.
She laughs and is like, "Ah, yes, that big brain of yours. How could I forget? How could I forget?" She kind of sighs a little bit and is like, "All right, well, I guess it can't be helped, but, you know, the professor has seemed really on edge recently, and I'm wondering if it's, like, affecting you. Are you okay? Like, how are you doing, girl? I'm curious. I hope you're doing fine. You know I gotta check in on you."
On a scale of 1 to... I need a necromancer, probably a 7.5. I'm still alive.
God. All right, well, if you need a necromancer, I'm your girl. Anytime you need coffee, just let me know.
You always got my back.
Yeah, of course.